To start us off, we're going to be making this taco ring. So we're going to start off by using 2 cans of crescent dough. You guys can use off brands or you can use Pillsbury. Pillsbury seems to work a little bit better and peel off a lot easier, but it's completely up to you. It's easier to place a bowl in the middle and then just kind of place your crescent dough right around that. It seems to be a little bit easier. I've done that in the past, but I just did it this way this time. And so I'm just layering everything to make sure that we have 16 pieces that will fit on this pan. Once you have your crescent dough how you want it to be, then you're just going to press down just like I'm showing you here, and you're just going to kind of smush it all together. That way they're not like separate pieces, and that way it just like works together when you're putting your filling in the middle. So I made up 1 pound of ground beef and I put a little bit of onions in there. I think I put half of an onion and then put some taco seasoning, just how you would regularly make tacos. And then I have about a cup of cheese, and I'm just placing that right on top of my taco mixture. The only toppings that I did for this is cheese, but you guys can definitely add whatever type of toppings that you guys prefer. I have 4 kids, and you know how it is with kids, they can be kind of picky. But I know like some olives would be good on it, and then after it's done cooking, like some guacamole and some salsa, some sour cream, and that's going to be extra delicious on this. I have 4 kids, and so the 6 of us, we ate this and it was just about right. So if you have a bigger family, you're going to want to do like an extra big one, and if you don't have like a very big family, you can just do 1 thing of crescent rolls and just have this recipe, and it would turn out delicious as well. I'm going to bake this at 400 degrees for about 10 minutes, and this is what it's going to look like after it's all done. It's just lightly golden brown on top. It is absolutely perfect. We paired this with some like sour cream, and like some lettuce and tomatoes would be really good on it as well. We also paired it with some rice and some chips, because this is like a Mexican dish, so of course we gotta have the chips and salsa to go with it as well. Up next, we're going to be making these apple dumplings. This made just the right amount for me and my family. We devoured this in what seems like seconds. It was so good. You're going to start off by cutting up 2 apples, and I basically just cut them in 8s. That way there's 16 pieces, and we have 16 croissants, so that's going to work out perfectly. If you cut them up that way, you can also do 4 apples and just quarter them. That way they have bigger chunks. That's probably what I would do if I did it again. So I'm just going to take apart my croissant dough, and I like to layer them out, mainly because I just have like this small little cutting board. So I need to kind of organize my little cutting board space. But you're just going to take the apples and you're just going to place them right on your crescent dough. And you can also put like a little bit of cinnamon. If you guys like yours pretty cinnamony, you can definitely do that as well. But I'm just rolling these up, and then we're going to put them into a 9x13 pan. I went ahead and put my first batch in my 9x13 pan. I did go ahead and spray it because these will stick if you don't. So I'm putting my first batch in here. And then once I made my second batch, then I went ahead and put them in as well. And then I went ahead and did this mixture. It's 2 sticks of butter, 1 teaspoon of vanilla, 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 1.5 cups of brown sugar. I videoed it, but I guess I deleted it. I have no idea what I did. So you just melt it and make sure it's nice and thick, and then you're ready to put it on top of these rolls. So it's not too hard to do. And then once everything is in there, I went ahead and put in 1.5 cups of like this Starry, which is like a Sprite. That's just what I had on hand. So I think a Sprite or a 7-Up would work really well, but any type of like lemon pop that you can put on here. And I'm just putting them around the edges. I don't really want to put them like directly on top of them, but yes, go ahead and put that all around, and then it is ready for the oven. I am going to go ahead and bake this at 350 degrees for about 35 to 45 minutes, and look how delicious this looks. Oh my soul, you guys, this was so good. We all wanted to like devour them immediately. They were so good. This is one of the desserts that would be really good with some ice cream. We did that after we had dinner. We had this and it was so good with the ice cream. I love some like vanilla ice cream with like an apple cobbler or anything apple or caramel. I really enjoy it. So this was definitely one of those that you would want to do that with. But here's what it looks like when we open it, and you can kind of see that there's like a lot of bread with the apples, so like a bigger apple would have been perfect with this. Up next, we have this pepperoni pizza ring, and you can definitely do any type of topping that you want. I originally was going to add some sausage, but then I realized I didn't have it thawed, so I just did pepperoni, mainly because it was just the kids that were eating it anyways. So it's kind of like whatever you want to do. I know there are like so many different options that you can do for this, so many different fillings and ways to make this delicious. You don't have to do like a traditional red sauce. You can do any type of like maybe like an Alfredo, like a chicken Alfredo would be really good. Any type of pizza that you desire or that you would normally have, that's what you can do for this. There's just so many options. I use 2 different crescent rolls, and then I put them in a ring just kind of like I did before. And I'm just kind of smushing them together to make sure that they will all be like one whole pizza. And it's just going to be easy for me to put my pizza sauce on top of that. So I have this pizza sauce that I actually got at Dollar General a while back, and it was actually pretty good. I was pleasantly surprised how delicious it was, and it's like a really good size. It's a smaller, and so I don't know. I like the smaller ones that way. I don't like waste as much because who knows the next time I'm going to use the pizza sauce, and you don't traditionally use a whole lot of the sauce. Now I'm just going to add some cheese. I have this like pizza blend cheese. I think it's like a provolone and mozzarella and Parmesan type of a blend. And then I have some pepperonis I'm just going to put right on top of that. And that's basically all that I did. I did add some seasonings. I added a little bit of Italian seasoning on top of that, and that's it. Put that right on top of those pepperonis, and then closed the lid. I went ahead and put all the little tails where they need to go, I guess you can call it. And then you can definitely like top this with like some olive oil or like a butter, like a garlic buttery blend. I did not do any of that. I just left it how it is. And this is what it looks like after I baked it at 375 for about 20 minutes. It was heavenly, just heavenly. Absolutely loved it. My kids loved it. It's just a really good twist to having just regular pizza. And it's super simple and easy that you can do, that you don't have to make your own bread dough and anything like that, but still have like the homemade type of a style. So definitely a winner for my kids. Next thing I'm going to be doing is this chicken pot pie with putting some crescent dough on top. So first I have about 2 pounds of chicken thighs that I'm going to go ahead and cook up in my skillet. I am going to season it with some salt, some pepper, and then you guys know that I love paprika. I especially love paprika on my chicken. I just think it adds a wonderful, wonderful flavor to it. So that's what you see me here doing. Once my chicken is all cooked through, I'm going to go ahead and take it off the heat and put it to the side. I have a 9x13 dish that I am going to lightly spray. I just want to make sure that none of that's going to stick at the bottom. And then I'm just going to layer it with my chicken, put all of that on the bottom. And then I have 1.5 cups of milk that I'm going to put. And then 1 can of cream of celery. If you don't have cream of celery, you can do like a cream of chicken. I think it'll be fine. I had that in my pantry that I really needed to get out, so I'm glad that I did that. And then I need a small can of French onions, of crispy fried French onions. I had like this bigger container, so you don't have to use a big container. You just need about 3 ounces. And then I have 1 cup of cheese that I'm gonna put in there as well. And then this 1 bag of like this California blend. I did cut it up because they were super big chunks. And then just putting that right in my casserole dish. And you guys, if you wanna put this in like a mixing bowl, that way it's easier to mix, you can definitely do that because I definitely made a mess. Give this a good stir, and then we will be ready to put our crescent dough right on top of that. We actually only need 1 can of crescent dough, of crescent rolls. So yeah, I just put that right on top. And then I did need to cut 1 down just because there wasn't enough room for him. So I cut him in half and then placed him where he needed to go. I baked this at 375 for about 25 minutes. And this is what it's gonna look like after it's all done cooking. So good, you guys. You just want to make sure that those crescent doughs are nice and golden brown on the top.
I have tons of other videos just like this on my channel, so make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss my next video. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye, y'all.